ladies and gentlemen, we are back again.
We are back.
Yes, sir. DFW Shed Sessions Podcast. My good brother, what does shed mean?
Shed, man. Shed is the best version of a shed session.
What about the bad version?
Nah, I'm being funny. Shed is the best version of a jam session.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there's a difference between a shed session and a jam session. That would be on one end with the shed session. You got the you got parts where you can stop. You know, say, hey, how did you do that lick? How, you know, it's more, a little bit more intimate, a little bit more instructional.
Yeah.
Versus a jam session where, you know, 9 times out of 10, that's probably like at a venue or something like that, where you'll, you know, be able to just jam with other cats. You jam in both situations.
Mm-hmm. I love the idea of shedding together more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in case you guys may want to know, over here to my right is my good brother, J Ell Groove.
Yes, sir. I am the co-captain of this here mothership.
Mm-hmm. Also, on the back end that handles all the big business stuff behind the scenes, we have the beautiful Miss Grace, Professor.
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 Professor Mel Will
Professor
behind.
Mel Will.
Thank you for that intro, Lou.
Yeah.
Everybody else didn't clap. Lou clap. Why y'all ain't clap?
Well, see, that's what sucks, because she didn't hear what just happened.
Oh,
He played a little.
Oh yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
Sorry.
Oh, I am of course Lucius, White, aka Lupon Beats, aka Lucius Lines, man.
Yes, sir.
So we got my man Zach Gilliam, guitar player.
Hello. Salutations. Greetings.
And we got the incomparable Prince used a school word. One of my all-time favorite songwriters. This dude is sick with his pen, has a beautiful voice. He's a great keyboard player and also plays keys for it's this band. I don't know if you ever heard of it, called Funk Your Feelings.
My favorite funk band.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all make some noise for Mr. Bo Dove in the building.
Yeah, make some
One
noise
good
for
time.
our guest.
Oh.
Paul, I don't know, man. I think this is going to be the best show we ever had.
You think so? I mean,
It's going to be the best show.
it's our second one, so
It's a 1 out of 2 shot
We got
we
some
have here.
we got some monsters in the building.
We do, but I got a little side boob coming from the angle here, so I don't know.
That's going to be dangerous, man.
Might need to adjust my posture a little bit.
man.
How y'all?
I'm just saying, man. I don't want to. A little bit. Okay.
Fellas, first,
Just cupped his boob?
Professor. No, that's not what happened. See,
Oh, okay.
you just got the angle wrong. That's
first of all, Bo, that is a dope shirt that you have on.
No, that actually is. That's sick.
You can purchase it from Another Groove Project, one of my favorite Dallas conglomerates. They do everything: photos, video shoots, production, after whatever it's called. I say afterpay.
I thought you were gonna say
After Effects and all of that kind of stuff.
I thought you were gonna say after. I'm like, yeah, they do that too.
So the creator of this shirt actually did my son's Christmas photo shoot. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
We appreciate
Nice.
that.
What's their name?
Another Groove Project.
Another Groove Project.
Another Groove
Okay,
Project.
Cool, yeah. Yeah, let's keep
Shout out to
dropping
Another
cool
Groove
stuff
Project. All
Yeah,
right.
man, shout out to them. Shout out to them. Fellas, we appreciate y'all for joining us in the Musician's Cave tonight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a great conversation. So we'll start with Zach. Zach, man, how you feeling? Thank you for coming. Can we just tell the people about yourself for a little bit?
Yeah. So I'm feeling great. Thanks for having me. I feel honored to be here with you guys. Really, it's cool. It was cool getting ready to come to this because I was like, oh, where's my guitar? Oh wait, I don't need a guitar. We're just gonna like hang out and talk to people.
Oh yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's cool to see homies in the music scene and like not have to play.
Yeah.
Create something, you know. And it's cool to just see people. But a little bit about me. I grew up in Fort Worth.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No.
So sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but there are. I moved to Dallas
In the star, something.
around 2010, and just kind of grew up in the scene and the byproduct of the UNT music community, and I think I've met all of you just from going down to Deep Ellum, I believe, in the mid to early 2010s.
Deep Ellum is the I call Deep Ellum the music capital of Dallas.
Is it really?
I feel
It's
like it is.
yeah, no, for sure. It's scenes always
At some
morph and
point,
change.
everybody have played somewhere in Deep Ellum.
Sure.
At some point.
Sure. But I play for a dude named Chet Stevens. He's a really good friend of mine. If you're looking for an incredible guitar player, please go look up Chet Stevens' work. He's a really good friend of mine. And I've just I work at a coffee shop part time, and I try to play with people as often as possible these days.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Awesome.
Beautiful. Mr. Bo Diddley.
Don't-
I'm joking.
don't,
I'm joking.
yeah.
I will not disrespect you like that.
Take that serious.
We gotta edit that part out.
Man, you don't have to edit it out. Just no.
But no, Mr. Bo Dub, we appreciate you for coming on, man.
I appreciate
it's an honor, both of you. It's an honor for y'all to come on. Tell us about yourself, man, for the people that don't know, need to know.
Well, everybody should know this. I hail from the great state of Oak Cliff, Texas.
Yes,
Great
sir.
state. It's not a state. I apologize.
It's definitely a state.
Okay, well, my brother said it's a state, so it's a state. I hail from Oak Cliff, Texas. I'm an alumni of Atwell Middle School. Unfortunately, I did not go to high school in Oak Cliff. Life happened. But yeah, I'm an Oak Cliff native. Love Oak Cliff. I'm a songwriter, singer. Oddly enough, it's funny how life is full circle. Zach was my very first guitarist when I started doing solo gigs.
Oh wow.
And so
Yeah, we played in a band together.
yeah, and so after
before that.
after we left, after the band disassembled or whatever the case. We, after the band, after they kind of lost their way, I decided, hey, I think it's time for me to do my own thing. And Zach was my first guitar player. A lot of people in Dallas have heard the song "Honest." He was with me when I wrote that, so not with me in the sense of same part, but he was,
My
with the
spirit
group.
goes with you everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
It's like
I don't know if y'all have ever seen, but it's like a black bear and a polar bear. Really.
Y'all look like a fake ass Robin Big.
Okay.
That's what that is. That's one for me.
Hey man,
That's my one.
But yeah, no. Any other?
Lou, where's the jar again?
Yeah, we need to. That's we gotta put that in the budget. We still need the budget.
Right, I understand.
Yeah, right on, brother. Right on.
yeah.
So, Zach.
Yep.
So, is there ever a point where you stop just buying gear?
Oh man, I don't think so. I do think you get to points and plateaus in needing and wanting and having and finding a good line between, okay, I know how to make this piece of gear work as well as I possibly can. What else can I learn how to use? So whether that's an amplifier.
I have a question.
Sure.
So, because I know, I guess for each person, each instrumentalist, I guess is different. So, like, far as guitars, so for each brand or each different one, is there like certain tones or certain wood?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. They're all different types of guitars. There's like semi-hollows, there's hollow bodies, there's solid body guitars, and they all do have a different tone and vibe and context, like to the character of the way the guitar sounds. And for me, I tend to like humbuckers and a solid body guitar.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, because when we playing bass, I've noticed that the action on each instrument, I'm pretty sure that's the same with guitar. The action
same concept.
is different. So it's like you got to play, I guess, get a feel for it before you decide that you want that good.
Those bass videos you're making are super cool too.
Oh, I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, dude. Like I'll be scrolling and then I'll see it and I'll be like,
I have to attest to that. He did a unbeknownst to me. He did he did a mashup video with one of the videos.
I saw that. I
posted on TikTok.
Yes.
On TokTik.
Shout out to TikTok, by the way.
Shout out to TokTik. And no free promo over here, but he posted. Right. Yeah. He posted a video, and I'm like, yo, that's that guy. I've done a gig or two with him on bass.
Yeah.
And he was definitely doing his thing. I first met him. He was just on keys, and it's kind of going to segue into my next question for the both of you. I first met him. He was just on keys, so it was just cool to see his transition going from just a keyboard player to going into other instruments.
That's what happened when you bored at the crib and just find something to do.
No, fact, for real.
So this is my question for both of you. We'll start with Beux, and then Zach, you can answer this after him. How many instruments do you play?
Let's proficiently. Well, let's say at a professional level, I would say 2. Right.
Okay.
I guarantee you, I can outpocket any drummer in Dallas. Fact check me.
Anybody.
Fact check me.
Anybody.
You're such a silly.
Including your brother. Including your brother.
Jay, no, listen, Jay's one of the most popular drummers I know. There's 2 drummers that I know that's just gonna lay in the pocket, right? It's gonna be Jay, and it's gonna be Jay. Right? Let's be honest here.
Right.
Let's be honest here.
I think you putting a little too much on.
I'm never.
Let that man talk.
Listen,
Let that man talk.
Listen, I'm not putting too much on it, but the fact of the matter is we live in Dallas, right? And so
it's a lot of killers.
Giving honor to Cleon in his absence.
Sir.
Everybody in Dallas wants to play like him, and so
I don't blame them.
They don't understand how he views music, right? And so he's in the pocket all the while he's having a conversation on drums, whereas
I love it. Let's get it.
Cleon will have a gig on Monday at the Freeman, right? Shout out to the Freeman. Tuesday, another drummer will be there, and they'll just mimic his setup, and they'll try to do what they thought Cleon did, and they don't land it. So again, wait a minute, Zach. I'll pocket any drummer in Dallas.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's right.
That's
Playing
tough.
with me. And piano, of course.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. That's what's up. Zach, what you got, brother?
I'm pretty adventurous in my musical palette.
Okay.
But I proficiently like feeling confident enough to take gigs. Obviously, guitar, acoustic, and electric, obviously, and then bass. I've played bass before live.
Did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm not terrible at it, and I like to think I'm not terrible at either.
If I could be totally 100 with you, so I used to run a jam session called the Monsters Jam.
Okay.
And one of the stipulations of being a part of the jam was don't suck. You had to be a monster.
Okay.
That being said, and not necessarily speaking for Lou, but I think he shares the sentiment. You wouldn't be here if you were terrible.
Oh, well, thank you.
You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here if you were anything less than a monster. A part of why we're doing this. One, I think we're at the age level to where it's time for us to start imparting good information and wisdom on to the younger generation and even the older generation that just haven't caught on yet. It's also to
a lot of
give.
things need to come to light too.
Yeah,
True.
sure.
No, for real.
It's also to give a part of why we do this, and we didn't have this conversation with y'all before we talked to y'all. But a part of why we do this is to give flowers to the artists that are out here.
Yeah.
We don't have any physical flowers for you.
No, because
Right.
you know that was my question. That was,
I knew you was gonna go
For
there,
sure,
bro.
for sure.
Bo, we don't have
For
any physical.
sure.
No.
Bo, stop it. I like placentas looking.
Lilies.
I'm fat. I like cauliflowers.
So I also understand that both Lou and I, we respect y'all as musicians. We respect y'all as men. And we really appreciate the contribution that y'all have had to the DFW as a whole.
Thank you, man.
As far as musicians.
That's a very,
so we appreciate y'all. Y'all clap it up one
thank
time.
you.
Clap it on one
Yeah,
time
so-
for
That's a very kind sentiment.
yeah,
Thank you much. I appreciate that a lot.
we really appreciate y'all. You know, a lot of times we hate to say it, but popularity will succeed talent.
Yeah, no, for real.
And I mean, it's happened to me. It's happened to Lou. I'm pretty sure it's happened to y'all too. And we want to let y'all know. We want to let y'all know that you know, we respect you guys as legit musicians. We respect you guys as legit talent. And man, it's an honor for us for y'all to be here. So
That's very kind.
we definitely appreciate y'all. For
Yeah.
that, man.
Well, thank
That's
you.
awesome.
We were talking before we got set up. So I actually first met you.
Yes, tell me how we met, because I
so-
don't remember.
You know what? I don't even remember the first time.
I'm
He
so
told
sorry.
me
Listen.
like 2 weeks ago.
I'm genuinely so sorry.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So for those of y'all who don't know me, I've been around for a very long time. The thing about me is I'm always in the shadows. I don't like attention.
Okay.
I don't like whatever. And I have this thing. I have this thing about me to where if you're not paying me, I don't necessarily have to be. I don't necessarily need to shake your hand. It's good to have relationships and stuff like that. Of course, you want relationships, but at the same time, it's like I'm not looking for popularity. I'm looking for legit relationships.
No, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like there there's a difference. But anyway, so even when him and I were talking, and he was like, "Yeah, I remember you from this." I said, "Dude, I knew you a long time ago. I knew you way before that. I knew you when you were Big Lucius. You know what I'm saying?"
I remember Big Lucius as
right.
well, actually.
You know, and like even that, like now I call him Loose Skin
I
Lucius.
lost 300 pounds in 30 seconds.
I call him Loose Skin Lucius because his skin done got loose since he lost weight.
Hey, I'm proud of that.
Now I remember you from. We didn't necessarily get introduced, but I met you through one of my good friends, Stephen Kettner.
Oh yeah, dude.
And now mind you, this is before like
This is pre-pandemic.
this
was
is
it? Wasn't it?
this is pre-big side of the Freeman.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah,
that was a while back.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So maybe 2013.
Yeah, and you
2014.
and you were bigger then.
Yeah.
I think he had hair when.
Wow.
I did.
I think that's what it.
Wait a minute, did I have hair in 2013?
I think Beux did too.
But yeah, so I've been.
We played in a band together.
Yeah.
We're allowed to like.
We can do that. We can do that.
I mean, we're talking, like I said, small side of Freeman.
What a gym
Profit
that place
bar.
is. Sure.
We're talking Profit Bar or the door, the other side.
Oh,
of the
probably.
bar.
Yeah. Boy, them good old days, right?
Man, like you know, so I'm that guy that's been in the shadows, that's just been watching everybody.
Sure.
The people who quote unquote know me, the reason that they know me is because you know I don't want to say it was transactional, but
It's networking.
Exactly.
There's nothing inherently wrong with it being transactional. Also,
Inherently.
I don't think.
Yeah.
if you're honest and you're well intentioned,
Right.
I just think that's just good networking.
No, for
if
sure.
you ask me.
Because my thing is one of my issues with the way a lot of people move, right, is that they're trying to, for lack of a better word, suck up to people who can do absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For them.
You mentioned my good brother Cleon, and
No. You gotta say like my good brother.
my good brother. You mentioned my good. Cleon, his resume is extensive.
Yeah.
He has a nice resume.
One of the most musical drummers in Dallas.
No, the most musical.
I'll agree to that.
And
Yeah.
I'll
agree to that.
I love talking about him. I would love to say one of the best storytellers.
Yeah.
Cleon is the only.
Yeah.
He is the only musician.
Well, this is
Oh,
straight
well,
drummer talk
I'm
right
sorry.
here, boy.
I'm sorry.
Exclude
musician.
Drummer
Exclude
Like-
you, keyboarders.
No,
Thanks, got some chops.
He is one of the only musicians more so drummers that I say that I've got emotional from his playing
Well,
because he's a storyteller.
Let me
Teller.
interject here. So a lot of people who, especially if you know me, you've heard my song Eternity. It's a very emotional driven
Beautiful.
ballad.
Beautiful.
And I hold it close to my heart.
I'm about to go in right now.
Yeah, ain't nobody even playing it. But
It don't
Cleo,
matter.
The
I would-
music is in my head.
it's
sir.
just, but
I ain't
so
never heard
I
the
have,
song before.
No.
She raised her hand. I like, yeah.
Listen,
you
and so-
missing out, Lou.
and so in my opinion, Eternity is not a song to fit a drum solo in. On my phone right now, I have never posted this because it's just that precious to me, kind of like the Mona Lisa type thing. I'm not crying. My voice just went out for whatever reason. That's weird.
It's allergies.
But
Allergy season.
Cleon played a drum solo over a gig we shared to Eternity, and it's ridiculous, like mind-boggling. Just especially like because everybody knows the da-na-ya-na, and man, it's just his tuning, his placement, it's special.
I want to get off of Cleon because I don't need his dreads to get too big. But
That was funny.
The reason
I've been mistaken for Cleon because of my hair.
seriously,
Yes.
it had to be by.
I think-
by,
Were we
by-
in the
Three times.
airport?
It
Are you
had-
talking about
We
when
was-
we were in the
that
airport?
time we was in the
I
airport.
remember that.
Some random guy, he said, "Man, I thought you was Goodfoot," and I'm like,
And
"Oh,
I was like,
Not good
Cleon?
foot.
And then
It
he
had to-
turns at us and he goes, "Oh, y'all know Cleon?" We're like, "Yeah, we know. We're from Dallas.
Didn't even know we
And
was
we're
from
in Lake
Dallas.
Tahoe. We're in like Reno, Nevada, or
Yeah.
somewhere."
This had to be.
Yeah.
This had to be a colonizer.
Good
Oh my
foot.
gosh.
Good. They called him good. They called
Yeah,
him.
he's a white guy.
They called what? They
They
called him
called him
Goodfoot.
Hey, you look like Goodfoot.
Hey boy. Hey boy, you look like that. You look like that other boy.
The way he said it was so funny.
But
And I
no,
was like, "You mean Cleon?"
but no. So
Yeah.
the reason I brought that up,
Okay.
the reason I even brought him up, shout out to him because he deserves all
Yeah,
his flowers.
he's one of my
But
favorites.
the reason to get back to my point is you'll have people that will try to get around somebody like him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And in hopes of oh, I took this Instagram picture. Hey, this is Erykah Badu's
Trying
drummer.
to further their
Right.
career,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
social media,
You know, now,
photo.
so for me personally, as far as my, I guess if you want to say style of networking, I want to, I'll dap somebody, I'll dap the likes of a Cleon up,
Yeah.
the likes of whoever, but who I'm trying to get to know the bar owner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get to know the venue owner. I'm trying to get to know.
See, that's some band leader,
you know what I'm saying?
big boss type.
You know what I'm saying? That's who I'm trying to get to know. Those are the hands that I'm trying to shake because innately those are the ones who's going to be able to help you with those opportunities.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely. Sure.
Yeah, that's that.
So I have. Did you have something, man?
Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a question for both of you guys. So I guess starting out, like, was it rough for y'all just getting gigs or?
To answer that for me, so let me just give y'all a timeline of Beux, right? So I named myself like pseudonym Beux in college at Prairie View.
You went to PV?
Yeah, I did.
Shut up, bro. PV.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Prairie View produces productive people.
It
Come
does.
on, somebody.
So I came home. I don't even remember the year, and then I had met this guy through my cousin, Shy Speaks. Shout out to Shy. Khalil Taylor. He played drums for me when I first started out. But he was like, "Hey, bro, I got this opportunity. We can play for a reggae band." I'm like, "All right, whatever." I didn't have any gigs, and so start playing with the Reggae Holics. That lasted for a little bit. For whatever reason, it ended, and so immediately after that, because my mindset had changed, right? It's not like I had to come in to Deep Ellum or to the music industry in Dallas and raw dog it.
Yeah.
I had already been in the doors, and my character, my who I am as a person.
Yeah.
I presented myself. Okay, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna go home, right? And so, in situations like that, now that this band has disassembled, I can now go into these places, RBC, Freeman, woo the woo, and
RBC, that was
do my thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Especially with me being like, at a certain point in my life, I'm very intuitive. So I had recorded like 2 albums off my phone. And that's when I was on SoundCloud heavy before I started doing the Apple Music stuff, for writing for other people, producing for other people.
Nice.
And so it wasn't really, it actually took off a lot quicker than I wanted it to. And then it took a stall due to some politics stuff when I got to that certain level, right? But at the beginning, it was like from 0 to 100, it was quick. And then we got at 100, and then, politics start coming in, door numbers, bar count and all that kind of stuff start playing. And I didn't really know how to navigate that because, I've been out here less than 6 months at this time.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like everybody's path and pace is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about?
Well, mine's quite a bit different than that. I can trace back, like, starting out to a couple different moments. Always had a guitar just laying around, right? So I was always making sounds with it when I was like 12. But when I was 16 years old, I played at a church in Southlake called White's Chapel.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do it. It wasn't gonna be me. It was not gonna be me.
No, I'm not saying anything bad.
No.
It must be some other stuff.
Don't worry about it, Zach. No,
It probably has nothing to do.
It has nothing to do with
what did I do?
Okay. No, the name. Oh, sorry. The name is like.
Yeah, okay.
No, I get it.
You belong there.
White's Chapel. Okay.
No, yeah, it needed a little diversity.
How
in
about
there.
I turn you into nigga pie?
That's funny.
Yes, sir.
But it was through a friend of my grandfather that I got this call to come play guitar, and I'd never been called to play guitar in my life for like money, and 16-year-old Zach was like couldn't fathom that. So I got a taste really young of an incredible opportunity to just play CCM music with guys like Bobby Sparks on organ next to me.
Wow.
Nice.
And I met Mark Lettieri that way.
Wow.
I met Keith Anderson that way.
Wow.
I want to say Phil Lassiter rolled through at some point.
Wow,
Jonathan
yeah.
Gomez.
Yes, he's one of my favorites.
Sure. Oh God, yeah.
Love Phil Lassiter.
Carl
Shout out.
McKellar.
Oh, wow. Come on, Nate.
Peter Champagne, Jerry Mowry.
Jesus Christ a couple times.
Right.
Right.
So I just got a real taste of what it would be like if you were playing with, career, like, lifetime level musicians. And I was like,
That boy is good.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
I thought this is such an incredibly rewarding and feeling. How can I just keep working at this?
Yeah.
And so I just worked odd jobs until I situated my infrastructure to where I can just play and kind of pick and choose kind of what I do more or less, and I think that's what we're all kind of working towards, anyways, right?
Oh, for sure.
I think we all need to be pushing each other to get to a point where you don't have to say yes to everything. You know, like that's to me, like that's what I'm trying to do more this year is say no more.
Right,
man.
Right. That's
like, bro, I'm
There's
not.
nothing wrong with saying no.
It's really not.
Well, from so, thing is, I don't know if y'all can see my knees, but I had on a suit.
They can see your knees.
All right, cool. I got on these good dress pants. My thing is, and this is what I want to impart into every young musician. Have a job.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Because
nothing wrong with that.
Especially coming out on the backside of COVID, right? I did music. I had a job. I worked at Nordstrom, did my thing. Then I decided, hey, I want to do music full time. Well, 2 years later, COVID hit, and now I don't have a way to feed my family because there's nothing. There's no bars open. Have a job.
Have a hustle. Have a trade.
I'm not even gonna say have a backup plan. Have something that pays the bills, and then you can do your music, right? Because it's a lot more peaceful. It's a lot more placid. It's a lot more calm. It's a lot
stable.
More happy place. It's a lot more stable. When you have something that, okay, this is for the bills, and I can go out here and get the stress out, and I just so happen to make money at it, right? A lot of times,
be Uber drivers,
man. A lot of times musicians make the mistake of, I'm gonna do music, bro. It's hard and it costs a lot of money, and this is coming from a guy who I've never depended on anybody to produce nothing for me in terms of finances. I've always done my own flyers for gigs. I've always done my own album art. I've always produced my own stuff. I've always recorded my own records. And so I've never looked for...
That's the real grind, boy.
You know what I'm saying? I've never looked for anybody to help me, excuse me, financially. When I moved to New Orleans during COVID, came back, and I produced my own show. Over $2,000 worth of money, and I didn't really have no help from nobody. I paid the string section. I bought the venue. I did all of this stuff. Paid my band, paid my background singers by myself, right? Because this is what I wanted to do. I got to a position where I wanted to do music the way I wanted to do music, and no shade on Deep Ellum or any of the venues out there, but there's a cap on what you can do, right? In terms of
these are facts.
Like I want to have this, right? Or I want my show to look like this. I want my show to sound like this. And I'm more so an emotional driven person. I'm a Cancer. I'm a fat boy. I always smell good. I love hugs. Emotions is me, right? I want my show to feel like this.
Feel like fat. Is that what you're saying?
No, sir. I want my show to feel like. The first hug you've had in 2 years.
Ooh. I have a hug for you after this.
You know what I'm saying? No, it's okay, brother.
Actually, your hugs are very good, brother.
I know. I'm just saying, but just say, imagine. Jesus 40 days in the wilderness when he came out and Mary Magdalene hugged him. Yeah. That felt amazing. Yeah. Sure. I want my show, I want every show that I produce, every show that I play to feel like this. And again, no shade to any of the venues in the area. They're not going to feel like that at the Freeman. Right. They're not going to feel like that at High and
It feels
Tight.
so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful love. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely.
It's not going to feel like I want it to feel. And so with that being said, I put the money where my mouth was. And I trust myself and I trust the people on my team enough to say, hey, let's do it like this. You know what I'm saying? And so I would say to musicians, don't settle just because this is somewhere you can play, right? If you want to do it a certain way, do it the way you want to do it, right? Because at the end of the day, if God has anointed you and provided you with a gift, don't shortchange God. Look at it like that. Sure. You know what I'm saying? If God has given you a gift, imagine had David was like, okay, I ain't gonna play the harp, I'm gonna play the ukulele today, because this is what we got. No.
Silly David.
You know what I'm saying? Like, God,
but it's also capped too, right? Because the stigma is it's this thing where, oh no, bro, I play music full time. You know, I ain't got no 9 to 5.
Right, and you sound stupid.
It's the stigma, and it's like, you don't have a 9 to 5.
That's nothing to just brag about.
Right. Well, you don't have a 9 to 5, but half the stuff that you got ain't in your name.
But you don't have a 9 to 5. Also, your children.
Or half the stuff is not even yours.
Or you don't have. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna look in the camera. Let me fix my mic. You don't have a 9 to 5. Also, your children don't have insurance.
Whoa! Or you don't have life insurance.
You know what I'm saying? At a certain point, you got. At a certain point, you got
car insurance.
Or a car.
Or renter's insurance.
You know what I'm saying? at a certain point, you gotta grow up and become a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? Say, hey, this is what I need.
Where's the collection
Got them
plate?
new J's.
Let me fix
Right.
it.
Listen!
Are they real?
Whoa!
Come on, Wookiees. Come on, I'm from Dallas. I'm from Dallas, sir.
And again, I'm not afraid to look in the camera or look anybody in their face and say, bro, check your priorities, because I've been on the other side of the priority, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was at the Freeman. I worked as a bouncer. Everybody probably know that, and I was just doing whatever, bro. During COVID, my girl got pregnant. Now I got a kid on the way. My life changed because at this point I gotta provide for her while she down. I gotta provide for my baby, and even though I can't do nothing really to provide for him in there, what I can offer her is stability.
Yeah.
What I can't offer him once he gets here is insurance, right? You know what I'm saying? Because children get sick. And if you go into a hospital or if you have a doula, doulas accept insurance too. Yes. You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
so
you are an absolute king. I just want to tell you that.
Zach, what? Did you call me a black king?
I just want to say.
Muhammad Ali would be proud. But no, like seriously though, like for anybody that watches this, look into some insurance. Even if you don't have a 9-to-5, look at some third-party insurance.
Yeah, you have to do the research for yourself in terms of investing and protecting yourself if you don't have a traditional 9-to-5. Like I don't have a traditional 9-to-5, but I work like I do 3, 4, 5 different things.
Right.
So I still make money.
Right.
And
that's same with me.
I'm pretty and I'm pretty blessed right now.
Multiple streams of income.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And you do kind of like what you're saying, have to be more proactive in healthcare, savings, you know, all these things. Like that could be another podcast episode.
Oh no, for sure.
Just on its own.
For sure.
Right.
To piggyback on that, I just want to say this. I'm sounding like a deacon now at the church. To piggyback on what you just said, bro. Also, we are in a world of information, so please learn anything. I mean, whatever you can within business and even with different types of business, as far as music, like production, music publishing, just contracts and learning stuff. Even when you're doing business, you might need an attorney in some instances. Just different types of things. I think that's a lot of things that we as musicians really need to learn, because a lot of times we get screwed over, on the business end and stuff. Yeah,
if you get screwed over, you wanted to at this point.
Wow.
Reason being, you got 5 Heartbeats, you got the Temptations movie, you got NWA, you got the Bobby Brown movie, you got
trying to say that it's
New Edition,
new edition. Yeah, all of this information, like you at this point, if you get screwed over by label management, anybody, you chose to do that. You took that wolf cookie on your own.
Well, yeah, it's your responsibility. It's
because like there's no reason for you still be getting them deals that Red gave to 5 Heartbeats, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
They ain't got no money. That's your fault, man.
If you guys, speaking of this, if you guys have ever want to see a documentary literally about this, Jared Leto, who you may know as an actor, is also fronts a band called 30 Seconds to Mars. And they sold more records than any rock band for like a couple years. They did like full-blown stadium tours, and they kept finding themselves like in debt to the record label, to EMI. Wow. So they eventually had to sue and were essentially countersued, and this documentary goes into
just the back and forth
of when artists who probably didn't have maybe didn't have a lawyer with them to look over those 360 recording contract deals where the label fronts you this, and it's everything is just taken out of the back end to the point where the artist may be left with making no money, and that's what was happening to his band. They were kept being in the red after like stadium tours. So, but I agree with you, Beux. Ultimately, it is your responsibility or the artist's responsibility to have legal counsel there if you sign a contract.
And then, because my thing is, like Lucius said, we're in the world of information, right?
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of times in today's era, you only sign a deal for clout. Because they're not really netting you. You can get on DistroKid or TuneCore,
Yeah.
Universe, whatever the case is. You can
Instagram
distribute
is
your
kind
own
of the
stuff.
new-
TikTok,
Yeah.
Instagram, all of this stuff you can go viral.
Yeah.
You don't need a label, bro.
No, you
so
don't.
you want to flex on everybody else. Oh, I got signed to a label. Yeah, and you trash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
And
you don't have any
and
money.
you're not netting anything because like who was that? They got that horrible deal. Like was it Meg Thee Stallion?
Yes.
Meg, like bro, Meg, sis, come on, fam. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. You shouldn't have, because you could have mixtaped it out like everybody else did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I have about 300 and some odd songs recorded and out. I've never been signed to a label, not because the talent's not there, not because I haven't been propositioned, but because I just choose not to. I'd rather put out what I want to, and if you know me, my song's not gonna be more than 2 minutes. I don't want anybody to tell me how to put out my feelings, because in essence, my music is my emotions, my feelings, my life. You're not finna tell me how I can play out my life to the world, right? And so if taking a label deal means that I'm entitled, or excuse me, you're entitled to tell me how to operate my music, I'm good on it. I'm good on it.
Bo, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Talk about your music, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm a big fan. You're in my rotation daily.
Thank you.
How did it feel to, and I don't know if anybody else has had this to happen to them, but I know because I follow Bo, this happened to him. How did it feel to have one of your songs considered for a movie? Because I don't know many people who's been in that position.
Well,
what movie?
It's
I know this.
I can't even tell you. I do know that NBC purchased Eternity. So let me fix my mic when I say it. NBC.
Or maybe it wasn't a movie, but maybe it was like.
Because I do have songs in a movie. Well, I did. It's not
I
produced
know it was
by me.
just a major network.
Yeah. So NBC bought Eternity, which is cool.
I'm still mad about that to this day. To this day.
To this day.
Which is great. But also, I wrote a song for my good friend Jeff, Uncle Jeff. It's
Oh, that's enough.
Black is Beautiful. And that's one of my favorite. I post it all the time because I wrote it at a point in my life where I had a newborn baby. The Olympics were going on and all the stuff surrounding what's the baby? I almost call her Sharkeisha.
No.
What's the little track star?
Yeah.
And all the stuff surrounding Gabby Douglas and all of that.
Charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Charcuterie
The little
board,
fast girl
yeah.
from Carter.
Richardson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I wrote
Charcuterie Richardson.
I wrote a song in this
Sha'Carri.
Sha'Carri, yeah. And it's just
No
Jeff
disrespect.
Right.
Jeff had an
Love you,
idea.
Sha'Carri.
He said, "Hey, bro, I got this song called Black is Beautiful." He wrote the hook. It's featuring Christian Teague, and I can't remember the guy who actually ended up singing the verse that I wrote, and a rapper. And this is a beautiful song. One of my favorite verses I've written of all time for anybody. And it's just dope because it's long story short, that is actually in a movie. Shout out to him, and I want to say Math Tracks who got him the placement on that. I may be wrong, but shout out to Math Tracks nonetheless. But yeah, so it felt amazing. But again, in retrospect, it kind of feels like I was just saying, I saw my soul, right? Because this is one of my favorite songs.
Talk about it.
It's one of my favorite songs, and I don't even own it anymore.
Wow.
Like my baby, it's like I gave my baby away, and it's at the time, and
that was a pretty baby too.
yeah. I mean, wasn't she?
Beautiful.
Wasn't she?
Just collect the royalties on that.
Good.
I mean,
man.
and I do, but it's like it's not all the way mine anymore. I gotta share it with somebody else, or if they
You
decide
signed your rights over.
Yeah, if they decide they want to put it in This Is Us, they can do that. If they decide they want to put it in whatever, they can do that. They
You
decide.
still get royalties though, right?
I mean, I do.
Yeah.
But I don't have a say so on where she goes.
Oh, got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You don't get to go to the doctor visits.
I don't. And as a father, during COVID, one of the things that hurt me the most was I wasn't able to be there for Kirsten and Jason, who was not here, but I'm not able to go to the doctor visit. And so I don't have a say so on where my song goes, who holds her, who plays her, whatever. I'm gonna look up one day and what's bro name? Play bass, music director. Adam Blackstone gonna be playing my song on Can You Finish the Lyrics? I'm gonna be like, what?
Uncle Man, rocking with you, just first level up album. Hey, new to the experience, welcome. If you've been wanting to show love.
All right, good people. We are back. DFW Shed
Back.
Sessions
Biz
Podcast.
We bike.
Guys, I gotta say, man, this has been a great conversation tonight.
Absolutely.
Just tapping in on a lot of different things that's been talked about for many years and more to go. Just in episode 2. So now we're at our next segment, which is called I guess I ain't gonna say it. Gig Tales.
You didn't give me a
Gig
Brother,
Tales.
is just gonna leave me hanging.
We gonna talk about the gig tales, man. So in this recurring segment, we got gig tales. We want to know what is a crazy. It don't have to be the craziest or whatever, but what is a crazy gig story that you have to share with the people? We gonna start with Zach.
I haven't had anything super crazy happen, but two different things come to mind, and I can tell them both relatively quickly, so because I know we got to keep moving. But I had never seen a Pentecostal church service until I was like 18 years old.
I love where this is going.
Zach, so you're saying you never seen a Pentecostal
No,
service?
girl, I'd never seen it, and so this dude fell over.
Wait, fell over
bah! Like fell. And then, like, this old lady comes up and puts a sheet over him.
Oh yeah.
the Holy Ghost hit.
I grew up very traditional, evangelical, pretty politically.
You have all the
conservative
proper words.
Baptist, and there wasn't any of that. It was just like show up, sing the song that this guy on the piano is playing. My grandpa was a pastor, and it was very non-charismatic. It was just boring white people church.
Oh
basically.
yeah. See, what you experienced that is regular to us. Yeah.
Okay.
We've
Zach, see,
experienced people running. Just
the Bible,
You gotta take a lap sometimes.
the Bible
too.
speaks
I get it.
of God in 3 entities: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Who
Y'all
you
done
met
got both started.
that day
Yeah,
was
sure.
the Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
See, because you know what black people can't traditionally say is they have fathers and sons together. See,
Sure.
So you're used to the Father and the Son together,
sure.
but you got cousin Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
Cousin.
Cousin's a wild one. Let me
Yeah, I
say.
believe it. That's funny.
Oh, man.
Cousin. Why? That's good.
Man.
So what's the other one?
The second one is actually, I believe Lucius was playing with me.
Oh,
We were playing at RBC, and this isn't anything like bad crazy, or like oh my god, like cool crazy. I believe it was the night that Mark Letary was playing with us, and I forget because around this would probably be circa 2015, I'd say. Maybe.
Okay.
Deep Ellum was much different then than it is now.
Sure.
And that happens too, right? Scenes
Deep
always
Element turned into
change and
Gotham
evolve.
City.
But we had an every Tuesday night full band thing at RBC that was spearheaded by a brilliant bass player named Nigel Rivers. Shout out to Nigel.
Shout out to Nigel.
Haven't seen Nigel in
Gotta
forever.
get him on the show.
If he sees this, I'd love to say hi to him.
Yes.
But he just called like all these people, and that's how I met Lucius. Going down to Deep Ellum, which I'd never gone to before, and he said something that was very cool to me. He said, "Just get in where you fit in," and really encouraged me to come down there and just meet people. So I did that, and so there was a moment where it was Nigel Rivers on bass, Lucius, and I think Shelton Summons was there too.
okay.
Or Shelton Summons
Man,
did
that
a
was-
couple
Lucius,
gigs.
you look
That
like you still trying to figure out what night he talking about.
Yeah, it was so long ago.
Yeah, this was a long time
I've
ago.
done many gigs in my life.
I want to say it was either King Robinson on drums.
Okay. I
That was
remember
a good-
King.
Yeah,
I remember
that was a
King
good night
playing.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were.
Man, I ain't seen King in forever.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I need to call him.
No, he's still doing his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know he's DJing for a little bit. He's still DJing.
I don't know about
Yeah.
DJing, but yeah.
But anyway, go ahead. We don't mean to cut off the
But
story.
no. But it was just a really cool moment where I looked over at all these just killers, and I was like, man, this is, if I could just bottle this feeling, that's enough.
That's a
You know
word
what I
in
mean?
itself.
Yeah.
If I could just find a way to keep casting that line out and reeling it back in, like that's the feeling that
Zach,
I
I'm gonna tell you something. So, again, you've met the Holy Ghost. See, shout out about high. If I could just raise my hand,
I'm gonna tell you
Do
something.
not.
I'm gonna tell you something that I'm gonna tell you something that Stephen Kenner taught me, and then we got to go to Beux for his story.
I love Steven. He's
Yeah.
in Houston, I think, right?
Yeah, he
Shout out to
I talked to him the other
Kettner.
day.
Yeah, he's probably hands down the smartest person I know.
He's
Yes.
so smart. He's also so good at guitar. Like I listen to him play, and I'm just
But just real quick.
Sure.
Real quick. So every year, the Freeman does this Mardi Gras thing to where they go around, they march around Deep Ellum rather. Just a small little circle. They march around Deep Ellum, and they got the whole second line thing going on for Mardi Gras. They do this every year. I was able to do it for a couple years. So anyway, I'm talking to Kettner, and this is kind of going to what you just said about bottling that feeling. I was talking to Kettner, and he it also attests to the power of music and how powerful we are as musicians and artists. He was talking about one year that they did that. I don't even think the big side was a thing yet. They just still had the
I
small.
remember when it was just the one tiny club.
Exactly.
Full dive.
So
I kind of missed it in a way.
The
I miss how
intimacy.
we were all just starting.
Very authentic.
Yeah. So they did that. They came around, and then so what happens is they have like a couple. They have like a bass drum, a marching snare.
Sure.
And then at the time, like the majority of the horn section was big ass brass band.
Yeah.
Killers.
Killers.
They'll come. They'll march around. Then they'll go, and all of the people would pack into the small side. So now you just got this big New Orleans party inside of, so you got, and the way he described it to me was people standing on the chairs.
Yeah.
You got the people, a couple people standing on the bar.
Just a real hoot, man.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
I love it. The way he explained it to me, he said, yo, like, I just remember, and he said, I didn't get paid much for that night.
Sure.
I might have got paid between $20,
$30,
$25, $50,
yeah.
if that. And he said, but it was this moment to where that with that feeling of just literally like again the big side of the Freeman. That's not a big side. You might be if it's packed to where you're doing this, you might be able to get 100 people in there. Maybe
The small side, or you saying
the small side.
The small side.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talking about small. Cause the big side wasn't even a thing yet.
I'll tell you, I had 133 people in there, but we ain't counting.
I bet. So let's say
The code inspector doesn't need to know that.
right, TABC. But yeah, so picture that moment, and so okay, let's say 133. Picture a small
No elbows.
yeah. So picture a moment to where 133 people are happy.
You ever been next to somebody else musty?
We're gonna get to that. We got another segment.
I'm sorry. I got carried away.
So he was just talking about like everybody was happy.
Yeah.
Everything was cool, and the music was doing that.
Yeah.
And it's like the feeling that there's this high that musicians get.
Totally.
And like when
I live for it.
Like when the band is locked in, everything, you know what I'm saying? For me personally, everything almost becomes blurry on stage. It's like you just see images. You don't necessarily see people, and everything is just locked in.
Sure.
It's this high, and it's like that's the same high that millionaires chase. That's the same high that most people chase in life.
Leonardo DiCaprio on Wolf on Wall Street.
Sure, that there's this high, there's this high on what we do that people chase, and it's like you said, that if I can just capture that feeling.
I feel that way about the early RC and the Grits jam sessions at the Prophet Bar.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Man, they done brought so many
years
different people from.
We were so spoiled that we didn't even realize that we could just.
We didn't know what we had.
I said it
I like
I-
that, Zach.
I said it a lot.
That. We didn't realize.
Yeah.
I said it a lot about Dallas in general.
Yeah.
So just my experiences, two of them. One, the night. Shout out to the Found, first of all. Shout out to my big brother in London. If y'all don't know who London is, figure it out.
Cypher, big Cypher fix.
For sure, one of the cats that really gave me the motivation to do what I do, wholeheartedly and free. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my character, and a lot of how I perform. If you ain't figured this out, it's two people. It's Jay and it's Cypher. I'm gonna get on stage. I'm gonna say what I want to say to who I want to say it to, when I want to say it. Band members included. I done fired a cat on stage. I done cussed a cat out on stage. I done everything but slap somebody on stage because they gave me the freedom. Hey, bro, this your stage. Do what you want to do. So shout out to Cypher. Shout out to Jay.
I've never slapped somebody on stage.
Nah, you ain't Beux.
Don't start.
Wow.
Listen,
You're like, hey guys, I'm basically Bobby Brown.
Shout out to Bobby Brown. We need to get him on the show too.
no, but so my most memorable musical moments. One, the night that Dave Chappelle came to the small side.
I wish I'd been there that night.
Oh my God! And I was there, and so I was outside. I was doing what I was doing,
night.
and at the time I was still a young cat, so I ain't really paying too much. I'm out there hanging out with my big brothers and OGs or whatever, and we playing Uno right there at the little small table at the door. I get up to go inside, get a drink, and this big ass, there's my one cuss word, two, big ass Asian dude bumped me, and I turn around like, what the fuck? And behind the Asian dude is Dave Chappelle, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And so he gets in there, he goes on stage, and he's doing his thing, but Dave is so comfortable in Dallas because we're spoiled, like you said, Zach.
Yeah.
We have so much talent and so many people come through here.
Yeah.
It's like if I were to move, like when I moved to New Orleans, it's like, man, I ain't seen the celebrity yet.
I'll put Dallas
like
up
I lived in New Orleans.
against
I lived in New Orleans
Yeah.
for a year and a half, and I'm like, why I ain't met PJ Martin?
Yeah.
I met Erykah Badu. I met Dave Chappelle. I met Jason Terry. I met Mark Cuban.
Yeah, you never know who comes through.
You know what I'm saying? I done met Bruno Mars. I done met Lady Gaga. I done met Tony
Dallas is
Royster
where
Jr.
it's at, man.
I done met Jesus Christ himself, and I ain't. Listen, Dallas is just a special
Maybe
place.
Hello, my child.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, I just came to hear the music. You know, Lucius in there on keys. I came to support my
Let
brother.
me get the Louis rights, my child.
But no, the night Dave Chappelle came to the Freeman was just crazy because you wouldn't expect that. And then for him to get on
I was
stage,
so mad.
he got on stage, right? And he didn't do a comedy set, but it was Chris Trailer. Shout out to him too. I'm just finna keep
Yeah,
name dropping.
Chris is dope.
And Dave Chappelle was like, I'm gonna have to. Sorry, excuse me, I know it's safe for work. Dave Chappelle got on the mic and was like, "Come here, nigga, sing a sad song, churchy nigga."
He was. I saw the video. He was like, "What's this church nigga's name?" like he getting on stage like everybody is showing what the Lord can do.
Yeah,
like I remember
with a vape in his hand.
Right.
Sing a sad song, sing some
And
Donny
then-
Hathaway,
and-
nigga.
Yeah,
Like,
and
it's like,
then he made him. Then he made him
Donny
sing
Hathaway.
sing Donny Hathaway.
It was.
Yeah.
I think it was a song for you, and it's just moments like that you want to relive forever.
Yeah.
Two, is when I was music director for Jacquees, and we played. It was like this was my biggest show at the time. We played the House of Blues in the big room, and just to come out there,
Main stage.
yeah, and to
dude.
see
Yeah.
all those
That's-
people, like
that's a dream
the
stage
floor
for me.
was and it's not like it's American Airlines Center or
No,
nothing.
but that stage has
It's like,
some power
and
to
I
it.
played that stage before. I played the gospel brunch for years, and so they had the tables and stuff. But to see,
I remember you hit me up for one of those. Man.
yeah, to see shoulder to
said no.
shoulder, lights up,
I-
and then just everything up there, and they're waiting to hear me play my music. And it's just like, that was the first realization of, hey, bro, it's not a I made it moment, but it's like, my boy, you doing the right
than where I was.
You doing the right thing, my boy.
I'm here.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You're doing the right thing. And to be able to have my brother Gary play with me, and just be in those environments. And there was a couple more gigs that came after that with Jacquees, and it was just like all because I was humble, and for lack of a better term, I went out there and I did what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And the cats I have around me went out there and did what they were supposed to do. So those are my two musical moments: David Chappelle and then playing Jacquees.
So those are your gig
at House of
tales.
Blues. Yeah, gig tales.
Man, nice. I was waiting to hear something crazy. Somebody with one leg did something, but that'll do. So
No,
He said
that'll do.
that will do.
I mean, I got those stories, but this
We
is
can
we can
say-
say for work. Yeah, they don't know.
We'll get you back.
I don't do
y'all both gonna be back.
I don't do that gangster
Yeah, no,
stuff.
I'd love to come back.
on
Okay,
TV.
so let's go ahead and move to this next segment.
Man, that was dope, man. So we got a recurring segment, another recurring segment, man, called Top 5.
Okay.
All right, so I haven't discussed this with anybody. So we want to know your top 5. So, what is your top 5? Are you ready?
Yep.
What is your top 5 for the both of you? What is your top 5
Hamburger
place? What is your top 5 places to go eat after a gig?
I knew it.
Man, I have run through many a Whataburger drive-through. I know you're gonna be shocked looking at me to hear that, right? But yeah, Whataburger.
See,
Although-
McDonald's.
In-N-Out has been kind of hitting the spot.
And they don't have to be in order. So
To be honest, here lately, the last couple of years of my life, I've really been taking health more seriously. And I actually try to avoid doing that these days. Because I'm old and I have GERD and
come on, Kurt.
it's like an esophageal, like gastroesophageal reflexes. It's
I
like heartburn.
I know it.
Yeah.
I get paid for it every month.
Okay.
The military pays me for that.
Oh, no
Yeah.
kidding. Okay, cool.
I thought you were about to say nice.
Like, oh, it's cool that you have GERD.
Right.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I try to have healthier options at home.
So before that, before you got on your health kick,
Oh,
Whataburger, In-N-Out.
Man, there's something about the Panda Express, that orange chicken.
Wait, what time are your gigs over?
Yeah.
Panda.
Depends.
Late nights.
Zach, see, Zach,
Waffle House.
Zach didn't grew up.
OG.
See, he don't play after 10. See, you ain't going to Panda at no 12 o'clock, 2 a.m. in the morning.
No, fair enough. Waffle House obviously has it. It's
Okay.
Place. I know y'all are judging me.
No, we're not. We're not.
No judgment here.
We love Waffle House over here in the black community.
Like Planet Fitness, no judgment.
Your list almost look like mine.
Does look like
All
mine.
right, so 3, 4.
Man, that's Taco Bell, I guess I'm gonna say. I'm also a big fan of like all night diners too. Like I could wreck some eggs and bacon.
I found a dope one in Addison actually.
No
Not
kidding. I
driving
live
that
in
far.
Richardson.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I grew up, like I lived here in Irving for probably like 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Like around the time that we probably all met each other, I lived here actually.
Yeah, because I remember we came to the house for that
My grandparents' house.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
recording
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Cool.
My top 5 is finna go quick here.
Yeah. Sure. Hang on. Are you a Williams guy?
Williams Chicken?
Yeah.
My boy.
Yes, sir.
Hang on. I had that Williams when we had that band rehearsal, and it was trash.
Which Williams did you go to?
It was the
Which
one by your
location?
house.
Yeah, that's
Which,
first thing.
that's
by
the
my house?
first thing you gotta ask. What location?
Wow.
man.
The
Wow.
location matters, Zach.
So wait.
Y'all are like, hold up.
Listen.
Yeah, like don't
Dear,
don't give Williams a bad name. It
dear,
depends on the
wait a
location.
minute. Dear O'Cliffians, Zach just told me, I got it firsthand, that the Williams on Redbird and 67 is garbage. Do not go there.
I just had it once.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You're
Maybe
not
it
lying.
was a
You're
bad
not.
day.
You're not. You're
You're
not lying.
You're not lying.
Where you should instead go. Williams is on my list. D1 in Keystone Polk, right there across the street from that school. They get you right every time, and they gravy ain't never watered down. Here. Also,
The one off of Illinois.
Illinois and 35 will get you right.
Hey, the one in Cedar Hill too.
I ain't going that far. I got to pass the house to get there.
The one. So for me, it's the one.
Don't say Martin Luther King.
Nah.
Oh, great.
I'm not even about to waste one of my curse words on that. Nah, I'm talking about the one in the heart of Oak Cliff. The one right off of.
You talking about Bonneville
Blue
a little
12.
better?
Yeah.
I will not die for no chicken. No,
No,
sir.
listen.
I'll
I
die
have
for that
one.
one.
I have one that
The
you.
way y'all are talking about it.
I have one that you would never
See where
think.
the start is at?
Right? I have one that you would
Right.
never think. I stayed in Carrollton, the one off of Frankfurt, and
I bet that's not good at all.
no. It was good. It was good. I've had it a couple of times.
The food in the north is just better anyway.
It was good. I was
No, it's
surprised
what?
because
Oh.
it wasn't the hood. I was so
All right,
surprised.
let me get my list off here.
Okay.
All right. And we're gonna go. We're gonna go number one. The Hendersons in South Dallas, across the street from Blue Palace, number 2. Blues Palace, number 2. See, nobody knows what the first Blue Palace said, but they got number 2. The Hendersons is right over there. They give you the good pickles. Their fries is always fresh. Number 2 is gonna be. Damn, what's number 2? What would be what's my number 2? Williams. Okay, I'll say the Williams on Illinois if I'm coming from downtown. Number 3 gonna be Sonny Bryan's. Sonny Bryan's on Inwood. So I'm fat. I know streets here. You know what I'm saying? It was been a plenty of nights. When I had my residency at High and Tight, we'd just kick it in there. We all roll of Sonny Bryan's, eat. Number 4. What's open late? Waffle House. Why we gotta give it a Waffle House? It's been a couple nights where I was coming from Denton.
Waffle House, they clutch.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I've never eaten Waffle House in a day, fun fact.
No.
Except for that one day we discovered Gregory Porter.
You're not supposed to eat Waffle House every day.
Yeah. Shout out to Gregory Porter. We got to get him on the show.
How did I never lose my way?
I have a question about Waffle House. Do they hire like the same
Yep.
people?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah.
Listen.
It's a prerequisite.
Everybody looks the same.
No, Lucius, let me tell you. Lucius, I'm finna tell you. Waffle House was the first to integrate quantum leaping into their businesses, and so you got 6 employees for Waffle House. You got Daryl, Darlene, Shirlene, Misty, Erica, and it's gonna be Shaniqua in there.
And they will all tear you up in a fight.
No, facts.
For sure, they can all fight.
Yeah.
Good point, Zach. Good point.
That's
Good
I mean,
point.
you got to put that on your. You got a hood
You gotta
fighter.
put that on your resume.
It's
on your resume.
How many jail fights have you survived?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The answer is all of them.
Right. It has to
Do you smoke cigarettes?
Yeah.
And then one question nobody wants them to ask is how often do you wash your hands?
Right.
Like it's got to be
Never.
3 or less.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Never.
3 or less. I don't think I've ever had a clean plate in Waffle House. It don't matter to me because at this time
Smother it, cover it.
Right.
Like,
So
I'm
what?
not here to feel good about myself. We're a fucking Waffle House.
I love it.
Right?
and number
I'm here to absolutely hate myself by the time.
and the last thing on my list, Oak Cliff's Old Hag's Pizza.
Oh,
Interesting. I haven't
Wow.
tried these places.
Yeah.
you took me back.
Yeah. And I got some honorable
You
mentions.
made him sit up on
I
that.
got some honorable mentions because we spent a couple nights at Fox off 67,
Oh,
Keystone
man.
Pokes.
Yes, sir.
And then there's this one taco place. It was, fun fact, me and Kirsten actually drove through a tornado trying to go get these burritos when she was pregnant with Fat. It was on Harry Hines, and I think they actually turned it into a Fox after the tornado. Across the street from the Fuel City. Now it's on Northwest Highway. It's like Taco La Taquera or something. It's real small, like the door like this big. You can't go in there. You just gotta go up to the window. They got the best burritos I've ever eaten in my life. Honorable
Breakfast burritos.
No, just regular burritos.
Oh, okay.
Dinner, lunch, they don't have no breakfast menu.
Yeah.
You're just gonna eat pollo and trompo at 6 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Man, beautiful. All right, man. So again, on our recurring segments, we appreciate y'all so much for coming in, talking to us, man. Once again, we love y'all, man. We love y'all as men. We love y'all as musicians. Just y'all are overall good people, and we appreciate y'all for coming on the show.
Thank you.
So the last part of our recurring segment. So this is our version of what grinds your gears. All right. This is what we call playing in the wrong key.
Oh, okay.
We
Gotcha.
call playing in the wrong key. So
I see what you're
what's that? So we'll start with.
Now, do y'all completely understand what it is before?
Totally.
Right.
I already have a couple things.
Okay.
Well, with you asking that question, I would just like for you to explain
It's a
so
couple
that I
of
know
things
for
that-
sure.
So pretty much all I'm asking is, as an artist, as a musician, what's that one thing? What's one of your biggest pet peeves?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like for
No,
example.
I only understand. I got you.
Okay, yeah. So what's
I got it.
so what's
Honestly, Mel, I feel like I may be one of his pet peeves. And so
You're naming yourself?
no, for him.
I'm a person that plays off key.
I gotta get in my mic because I swear to
Off
God,
key.
every gig I have with him, I know I stress him out. Like if he had hair, he would lose it fooling with me. And I know the only reason why I'm still employed is because he loves me, right?
Okay.
And that's fine because I don't. Man,
no.
I can honestly say, as long as we've been doing this, you have not been named as an off key. But go ahead.
Praise God. Praise God.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you're still employed. You're still employed is because your attitude changed.
Oh, okay.
You know.
He said you're still employed because you grew up.
Yeah.
It's not well, it's easy to go. Just like with relationships, it's easy to meet somebody halfway when they meet you halfway.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot of cats out here.
Yeah.
So he didn't just throw you away.
No, he ain't. Because
I work with you, Beux.
It's not even no. It's no. When I got hired, it was on a probationary status. See, and I knew I retained the gig the night. I think it was New Year's night when he played Boogie on Reggae Woman.
Yeah.
I'm not lying.
Right.
And he was like, learn this song, and I don't think he think I would do it. I didn't think I was gonna do it for real. And then there's a part in this song, and then Boogie on Reggae Woman, and Stevie was like, blah, 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 blah. Sure. I played the record exactly.
Verbatim.
Isn't that
Exactly.
a great feeling too?
Yeah.
And he turned around. I was scared. I was nervous and shaking. I was like,
Proud of you.
I got a broken pinky on this, and this is gonna be the hand. This pinky broke, and he turned around and was like, I'm like, gotcha.
And to this day. All right. So what is your what plays off key for you?
What plays off key?
You wanna go first?
Who's off key in your world?
You can go first.
I feel like I'm gonna be a little bit longer.
Okay.
I'm a vocalist.
I can go first.
And I'm a diva.
Yeah, so what grinds my gears is when people don't, like new people you meet on gigs that may not understand like social boundaries and like things to talk about and like what things not to talk about, or people that might just say not nice things about people when you never know who knows people.
Yes.
Okay.
You know,
Yes.
and it's not a competition also either. And then also people that don't come prepared. And, you know, like, it's really frustrating sometimes when you can tell that, you know, there's someone in the band that maybe didn't take things
As seriously
as you did. And it feels like, yeah, sure. And also, I am not above this, and I don't think any of us are, right? I'm sure we can all look back in our careers and look at something objectively and take the ego out of it and be like, you know what? I really probably should have done a better job.
Way better, for sure.
You know, and there's nothing wrong with me acknowledging that either.
Yeah.
So if you're a young musician and you're listening to this, like, take it seriously.
Yeah, definitely.
That if I could look back and say something to my 20, 21-year-old self, it would be to treat every single musical opportunity you get as the $500,000 gig.
For sure.
Or the
That's good
audition
said.
of your dreams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
To be as prepared as possible.
Yeah.
Be as cool as possible too. That's the other thing too. Just show up and don't be an asshole. And you'd be surprised how hard that is for people to do. But it's really not that hard, man.
It's not.
And I think a lot of times, because I've never been an asshole, but a lot of times I feel like people go into situations, and that's kind of in life that's a defense mechanism, right? Sure. I want to seem like this person so people don't see my flaws, or so people don't know that I didn't learn the songs, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's something to kind of guard myself from my insecurities in regards to whatever I'm dealing with. But I agree though, don't be a jackass. Somebody like that.
Just show up and be cool, and that's at least half of the I'm not the most like killing guitar player obviously in town, but like, you know, just show up and be cool. Yeah. It's not about being like the most killing. You'll be the best version of you that you can be.
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how many gigs you will lose. Being you know what I'm saying?
People have conversations.
It's like yo,
absolutely they do.
It's like yo, can I at least like you?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying? There's cats that I've played with that were, I would put them, if we're just talking about pound for pound talent, I would put them over all of the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? I would put them over there if we're talking about pound for pound talent. But you mix ego with insecurities with all that other stuff. And not knowing how to, like you say, handle those social boundaries and stuff like that. You mix all that together, and it's like, yo, bro, like I can't even have a decent conversation with you because I'm like you're
trying to like plug me on your social media too.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like I'm not famous like that. You know what I mean? But like, it's like,
I just want to say this, and I'm probably still being nice, but it's really like 30% is your talent and 7% is your character.
Character take you long, like he just said. Because I know cats personally who've played for Funk Your Feelings that are way like eons better than me on any instrument, multiple instruments. You know what I'm saying?
Who's playing guitar with y'all right now? Y'all need a guitar player?
This is not a
Never mind. Keep going.
Shout out to No Habla. It's a I call him No Habla. and when he messes up head ass. But no. Shout out to my guy Hedris, man.
I don't think I know this guy.
He's
oh, I have heard of this dude. He's like a jazz fusion guy.
No,
man,
rock.
It's hard.
I think I've heard this name before.
It's hard. It's hard
Where's
to
he
explain.
from?
Is it Argentina?
Spanish.
Okay. I thought it was maybe like the Middle East.
No. Okay. It's like Argentina.
His name is
like
Hedris. Yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah,
guy.
like
he's killing.
He is, bro.
Yeah.
Bo, real quick, what's your what plays off key?
For me as a vocalist and an artist, most importantly, scratch that. As a writer, I always want my words to be conveyed more so than music, emotions, any of that. And so keyboard players do this mostly. When they like the passing chords and all of that, I write my song very standard popish, right? So it's gonna be 4/6/5, whatever. It's gonna be a 4-chord structure. All of the rest of that, don't overwork me. You know what I'm saying? Because if I hear something and I want to place a run here, now we're clashing because I'm doing this and you're doing that.
Also,
right?
For young musicians that are listening to you right now who may not understand what 1-5-6-4 means, understand what 1-5-6-4 means.
No, and Zach, I think it was either you or AJ Maps who even taught me numbers, bro.
Yeah, it was me.
It was you.
Yeah.
It was Zach who taught me the numbers, the Nashville number system. Yeah. And my life has changed exponentially
it's a really
since that.
Easy way to just categorize
and
things.
So, you know, because you heard people like, go to the 4, and I'm like,
what's the 4?
And because I grew up, I taught myself, I'm self-taught. Sure. I started on drums, and the reason why I transitioned to piano, organ, whatever, is because I played at the church, my family church, and our organist died or left or whatever. And so I just didn't see the point in playing. I didn't see the point in playing drums with no accompaniment, right? And so I say, okay, let me play it. I'm gonna be the accompanist, and we gonna have no drums. Cool. But there was nobody to teach me the number system, nobody to teach me theory, and so I learned all of that on my own. Zach, my boy, you changed my life.
I
For
got
real,
you,
for real.
bro. Thank you for sharing that.
No,
That's
honestly.
cool. I'm glad
but
had
I,
that
I hate
impact.
as a vocalist, any run that I could. If you ever see me perform, you know I'm gonna direct what I want you to play, even to the riffs and the runs and when to do them, when not to do them. You can thank Jay and you can thank Sight. Like Eternity. Nothing else in that song is matter. Nothing else in that song is matter. It's 2 chords. Then you got that little riff, right? And then there's a point in the song that I do live. Take it to the 2. We're gonna play the 2 instead of the 4. Okay, cool, whatever. Don't play anything outside of that.
Yeah.
Don't do that because
Overplaying.
at this point you messing up my mojo, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I don't want to be this guy.
So you as an artist, you would say one of your biggest pet peeves if somebody playing your music or any music and overplaying
I don't
what
even
you're singing.
I don't even have to. I can be sitting in the audience and just say, for instance, we had the Freeman Mandy singing, and somebody on keys and they
and outdoing what
like,
she's
don't
singing.
do that, bro,
Yeah.
because it takes away from the vocal, which takes away
And the
from
experience.
the whole essence of the song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let her minister her song what she want to minister. Let me minister my song where I want to minister. Don't, because again, when I and then another thing that grind my gears. You do all them passing chords and blah, 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 and when I say, hey, blah, blah, blah on keys, you ain't got nothing for me.
Right.
Now you finna get punched in the mouth,
Right,
dude.
because you had all that on that other part.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
yeah.
Learning how to do the simple stuff well before you learn how to do more
The
challenging.
extra
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Pocket, Doc. Because
Well,
again, I said this at the beginning, I can out pocket anybody on drums and that.
But you talking to a lot of cats, and
Yeah.
we got to wrap it up. But you talking to a lot of cats who are in their mind they're trying to play for other musicians.
Don't play.
Instead of
So-
accompanying
so-
the singer.
Can I say this? Can I say this though? Because I'm renowned for you. You haven't done this. London hasn't done this, but I do it. James Brown did it. James Brown fired a dude in the air on the way to the next city.
Oh, listen.
I will cuss you out on stage, and you won't be getting no check tonight if you don't play what I asked you to play. If I tell you play 4-1, 4-1, take it to the 2 right here. 2. Don't do nothing else, bro.
Right.
You're gonna make me mad, and you don't want to make me mad, cause I throw hands and I don't care, bro. This is my song. This is how I want it to be presented to the world.
Yeah.
Do not ruin this moment for me. And if just say, for instance, we playing crazy, and I hear a different arrangement, I'm my own music director. You're not my music director, bro. You my employee.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it because it sounds arrogant and it sounds rude and nasty.
But it's real.
I'm for
It's
real.
real.
You're my employee. So if I tell you to play the 6 and you play the 3, you're not working for me, bro. Go home.
Especially from a singer's perspective, right? Because despite what others may think, we hear things as we're singing. And if we hear a certain direction, it is for the musicians to accompany us
Right.
to that direction. So if we tell you, it is phenomenal for a singer to know exactly where the direction is going to go and to direct the band. But it is like stupid for the band to not be on one accord with the singer.
And because at that point, 2 things happen. I look stupid and y'all look stupid.
And you look stupid.
In front of all of these
Yes.
musicians you're trying to impress.
Yes.
Another one of my favorite musical moments was I was playing Honest at
We got the last point, brother.
all right, I got you. I was playing Honest at High and Tight. Sean Martin come in, Corey Henry comes in, Tayron come in. Sean is at the bar.
It was that night.
Yeah.
It was that.
Oh,
Sean was at the bar.
Wow.
I'm playing
I remember-
Honest.
I remember that night.
And Sean was like, what key is it? C sharp. He's another one that I model myself after. He's not as aggressive as I am,
a hero.
but he's a genius, bro. It's like, how you at the bar
Shout out to Sean
telling me
Martin.
what key I'm playing in? Like, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Your ear is amazing, but in my opinion, I feel like it's disrespectful because everybody. Sean said in the middle of my song, somebody brought on my mic. Sean said C sharp on the 1. Everybody, boom. Now it's a Sean Martin go-go party in the middle of my song. But when I ask you to do this, you can't do it. Catch these hands outside. You know what I'm saying? Because and now my
Catch these
opinion,
hands outside.
is you don't have a problem following. You have a problem following
following
me.
me.
Sean not paying you, my boy. I'm paying
I'm
you.
paying you,
You feel
yeah.
me? And so I'm just different. Like, don't do that. That's the only thing that really you can't like. Anything else, I'm cool with. You can come drunk, you can come high, you can come butt naked. As long as you play what I ask you to play, it ain't none of my business.
Come butt naked to the show.
Don't do that.
Bucket naked.
But, right.
Hey, y'all, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man. Man, this was a good one.
This was
Lou?
Oh,
yeah, this was a great
for
one.
the books.
Yeah. So, one last thing I want to say, and you might not get this now, and y'all guys probably heard it.
You'll catch it on the way home.
You'll catch it on the way home, or some point later on in life. Just learn that less is more.
Less is more. Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah,
good,
but
Lou.
yeah, we're gonna end it. Oh, also, guys, where can we? Social media. If
So,
anybody have any music
Yeah,
out? And
you can follow me on Instagram. It's going to be at I am Zach Gilliam, ZachGilliam, and I'm producing some music for a couple local artists right now. I'm, constructing and production in Ableton. I'm working on a really cool bill coming up with Chet Stevens and hopefully Mark Lettieri, and it would be cool to just round up the whole gang.
Yeah, that'll be sweet.
And just have everybody roll through.
Nice,
So
nice.
I'd love to try to make that happen in the future. But yeah, I'm always posting about stuff there.
nice. So, my good brother Bo, what can we?
On all on all I'm not gonna be in Colorado. 'Cause I love on all platforms, Beaux, BEAUXDOVE. My goal this year is to drop an album every quarter.
Oh, that's
You need
magic.
some guitar? Hit me up.
Bro, you family.
Yeah.
Need a triangle player, man.
I got you, baby. My goal this year is to drop an album every quarter. On top of that, this year I plan on opening a food truck.
Oh, wow.
No kidding.
If you follow me, you seen me cooking.
Yeah, dude, that shit is dope, man.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
look at
And
those reels you make, and I'm always like, damn, that looks good.
Come on, peach cobbler wings.
So if you ever need a cheat day, check out Happy Place. HAPPYPLACE. For me, music has always been my outlet, and then it became a career. And so now it's not what it used to be for me, because now it's the way I make money. It's a business for me. But cooking is always my outlet. So I decided, hey, F it. I'm going to go ahead and do this full time. So hopefully by the summer we can have it up and rolling. Right now I'm cooking out the crib. So if you need some plates,
Find through and grab a plate.
No, for sure.
if you need a plate, Zach know how I get down. Zach been at a couple of barbecues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He
for
throws
sure.
down.
But yeah, so Happy Place again on any Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, OnlyFans, Twitter, Beaux.
Only
No, he does have OnlyFans.
It's safe for work because I'm just cooking on there.
He says safe.
I'm cooking on there.
No, but he does.
Fully clothed. I do have OnlyFans though. Seriously.
Thank you for
That boy be
thank you
cooking
for
in
the
his PJs.
explanation.
No.
Boy.
I have on. You don't see my face either. I have on like a suit and just right here, just
That's
chin,
dope.
stirring some sweet potatoes. Women love that, you know.
Hey man, we appreciate y'all so much.
Love the way you
man,
stir.
for-
Yeah,
Call
that's
it
what I'm
only
talking about.
hands.
Hey, I'm gonna ask y'all one last question, and it got to be super quick. Then we got to go.
Sure.
Just it has to be very, very quick. If you were to watch this show later on, who would you want to see on the show?
What I want to see, I want to see Cleon for sure.
Bet.
How many people?
No,
Can I
just
get
one.
Just
You
one.
just got one.
Cleon, off rip.
All right, Zach. What about you? Who would you want to see?
Gino Eigelhart,
Ooh,
Mark
that's-
Lettieri.
I just told you.
Definitely said one.
So now I
You
gotta
get one.
Now,
privilege.
now I got to get my reparations.
I'd want a storyteller, someone who's also been in the scene for a while and just,
Nice.
honestly.
Speak to both sides.
So I would say Cleon, and then my other good brother, Tim and Travis.
Oh wow.
Most
All right.
definitely those two.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bo said he gonna get his 2 in whether you.
Yeah, for sure.
Zach gave his 2. He gave his 2. Then he explained.
He said just one, and Bo was like, "No, I'm gonna give you 2."
Hey, man, listen. Once again, we appreciate y'all so
Yes,
much.
sir.
Y'all have been in the community. Y'all have not just been in the community, but y'all have attributed to the community, the DFW community, and we appreciate y'all so much, man.
That's very kind to hear. Thank you.
Yeah. So first of all, I'd like to thank this brother
Yes, sir.
for coming through, helping me getting this thing rolling. Because I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for us. I'm
Yes,
doing
sir.
this
Yeah.
for
It's dope, man.
DFW,
It's so
the
dope.
musician community, because I feel like we could even strive to move even
Yeah.
further than where we are now as a
Right.
unit.
Right.
Iron
You know,
sharpens
we all
iron.
one big happy family. Also, shout out to the professor Mel for
Professor.
getting these lights and all this beautiful stuff. We had all right. The trees
You're
and-
welcome.
yeah, it's still so Christmassy in here.
They can't see that, but
Do
it's
not
hilarious.
put me out there. Listen, it's gonna be up until
Oh,
February.
hey.
February.
Yeah,
Listen, I was late to the party, so
We're just gonna say Merry
But hey,
Valentine's.
but
yes,
hey,
Merry
listen,
Valentine's
thank
Day.
y'all so much. This has been another episode
Yep.
of DFW Shed Sessions, the Musician's Cave. Once again, I am J Ell Groove.
Lou Paul Beats.
All right,
Professor Melwell.
Bo Dove.
I'm Zach Gilliam.
hi guys.
Godspeed.
We appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all. We will see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Later.
All right.
Peace.